So I read a book a week, and
That's right.
and
Oh,
my dad's uber competitive, so he read 2 books a week. And again, iron sharpens iron, right? So like
yeah.
around the COVID time and stuff like that, like just living with my dad at 17 years old and just reading books nonstop. And you know, he said, "I'm not going to spend money on college, but I'll spend money on mentorships." Um, the
Wow.
first
Yeah.
mentorship program it was a little bit outdated because it was the same as when Vinny probably joined. So like it wasn't the best, but it did get my feet wet and got me into the space. And I kind of knew what to look for and what not to look for in a mentor. With that program, it's all about business and making money. So the mentor that you have is like a random person that has like one deal under their belt. With
Yeah.
Vinny, I could actually speak to Vinny on a weekly basis, not every 2 weeks on like a limited time. And Vinny would go on a Zoom with me for like hours on end, right? And it didn't matter if we had an agreement of only 4 hours a month. And actually having somebody to vet everything, that was the main thing. Like in a mentor, like the old program, it's like it was a bi-weekly call and you would have to wait every 2 weeks to get answers. With
Oh.
Vinny, it's like messaging him, like, hey, what do you think about this deal? Obviously, like try to get back to a broker in 48 hours. So um I went through so many different multifamily academies. I'm still joining more and more. I joined some that are just about capital raising. I've joined some that are just about construction.
Mm.
And I'm still looking to join more. Like the main value is not the courses and stuff. It's just the people that you meet inside these
People
groups.
meet and action. You get one, two, three things and you act on them. Then just
Momentum. Yeah.
momentum. Yeah.
Momentum. So it's like sometimes like my momentum might be slow, and then you go to a few meetups and you talk to people, and then you join these academies, and um, I'm just trying to, get all the tools under my tool belt, right? Like whenever you're buying your first building, all you're thinking about is acquisition mode, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when I got my first property, Thomas, not you, but Thomas, my partner here, he called me. He's like, "Are you excited?" I'm like, "I'm not excited until we close the deal." And he said, "That's a good point, but you shouldn't be excited until we sell the deal. The hard part is when we close. Like it's
So
usually
true.
it can feel hard, but buying it's the easy part. Actually managing it and following up with your business plan, that's where it gets difficult. And um yeah, so that's why that if you look at it, asset management, the bucket is as big as the bucket for capital raising usually. And it's
Mm.
because they're both equally as important. Um and yeah, so that's kind of how I got into multifamily because I didn't want to follow the medical route as my father, right? And
Mm.
we want what we didn't have as a kids. My dad wanted money because my grandfather wasn't investing in real estate until he was older. So my dad wanted a high income job, being a physician, right? For
Mm.
me, I want the opposite. I want time. I want time with my kids. My
Right
dad would
on.
work at 4 in the morning, come back at like 9 p.m. So as a kid, maybe days of not seeing your father because your bedtime is, you know,
Yeah.
um, not connecting with the time he comes back from work and everything. So again, my why is different than my dad's why, right? But I would love it when I have kids that I can spend as much time possible with them.
Yeah.
And obviously he did what he did for us of providing money and everything, providing a great education for us, which worked out. But
Mm.
I guess that's kind of my main motivating factor. And yeah, just my dad again, like Steven says, is like an entrepreneur. Is like you really don't ever want to stop working.